This is a case operated by one of my junior associates. It was a plate haptic multifocal lens which was implanted into the bag. The patient moved suddenly and apparently without the surgeon's knowledge. The IOL perforated the equator of the capsular bag and went into the nasal side. On the table, this was not noticed, but when the patient came back after 3 days, the IOL seemingly was subluxated on the nasal side. Now you will notice that the IOL is in the bag, but yet perforated on the equatorial side and getting into the vitreous. Luckily for us, there is no vitreous there. So we start by creating a wound, injecting viscoelastic first, coating the endothelium, and then enlarging the wound to a 5.25 millimeter using a keratome. I did not want to use an IOL cutting process here because then that would have probably disturbed the vitreous. So since the vitreous had not been disturbed till now, so I wanted to be as atraumatic as possible. So we lift the IOL slightly by nudging it out of the bag through the capsulorhexis. Now without moving it much, now I will proceed to inject viscoelastic, very controlled manner behind the IOL to distend the capsular bag so as to be able to pull this IOL out with least amount of force and pressure and have no vitreous disturbance. You will notice I use a tooth forceps in a straight linear manner without using much force. The tug pull technique, the IOL is pulled out. Now again, to my relief, there is no vitreous which has actually come out. The vitreous face has not been disturbed. Now we will see that there is a linear tear on the equator here in the capsular bag. And there is also one little tear on the capsular bag superiorly. Now, luckily for us, there has been no vitreous loss. We proceed to implant a three-piece IOL here. The trick would be not to over-inject viscoelastic, because if I end up injecting viscoelastic and over-pressurizing the anterior chamber, this would disturb the vitreous and the vitreous would come into the anterior chamber through the bag or the perforation on the bag, and I would need to do vitrectomy. So I use a Orolab 3-piece lens here. This is one of my go-to IOL injectors and 3-piece lenses in these situations. You can watch my other videos where I demonstrate how to use this injector system, and it is a very fairly predictable IOL injector system, especially in these situations. So my technique, I go with the cartridge port in the wound, rotate it to the left side. I have injected viscoelastic behind the iris to separate it from the capsulorhexis. Wait for the IOL to open more than 50% in the bag, and then I rotate my hand anti-clockwise and wait for the IOL to open inside. Now once the IOL has opened inside, I very gently put viscoelastic on top of the IOL and use a Y manipulator to have the lens go inside the sulcus. Now you would notice that the bag has been perforated on the equatorial side within the capsular bag. The zonules and the capsulorhexis is totally intact and safe without any vitreous loss. So I would not need to do any vitrectomy in this particular patient. All I needed to do was make sure that the IOL has opened into the sulcus. So without any vitreous loss, this lens was implanted in the sulcus and the IOL power was actually adjusted by 0.5 diopters according to the sulcus placement. Of course, we would have loved to put a multifocal 3-piece lens in this patient, but the multifocal 3-piece lens was not available. So we ended up putting a monofocal lens for this. After implanting the IOL, we put a miotic agent to make the pupil size small and round and also ascertain and confirm that there is no vitreous in the anterior chamber. Then we put a suture because it is a 5.25 millimeter wound. The best part about these wounds is with a single suture you can close them up, and there is no astigmatic induction. This patient was 6 by 6 after 3 days of surgery. Nowadays, this is one of my go-to atraumatic methods where I do not want to cut the lens and I can remove the lens without causing much disturbance to the anterior chamber, the endothelium, and even the vitreous. And safe and simple technique which can be duplicated by any surgeon. All you need is a 5.25 millimeter keratome and a simple method of pulling the lens out gradually without damaging the endothelium or the vitreous phase or the capsular bag. After having done so, I slowly push the viscoelastic out from the side port and the main wound because I do not want to go in with an irrigation aspiration cannula, either a bimanual or a coaxial, because that would probably want or cause the fluid to get into the rupture on the equatorial side of the capsular bag and may induce some vitreous disturbance and hydration of vitreous, and the vitreous would come into anterior chamber, and that would defeat the whole purpose of the surgery. So the surgery is absolutely clean, no vitreous loss, IOL in the back, patient happy, surgeon happy. Thank you.